Hi, welcome to the Doug TeNapel Underground. We have an update in California. This is a biggest news is that on September 14th, Gavin Newsom is up for a recall. And we don't know if that's going to work or not, because Californians, they're still Californians. God bless your heart. Bless your ever-loving heart, California. That if they So what they have to do any amount of votes can show up on September 14th. If the first question is, should Newsom be revoked or be, replaced? And if 50% of the votes say yes, it's a simple yes or no question. If 50% of the votes say yes, then Gavin Newsom gets removed. The second question on the ballot on September 14th will say, if he goes, who should replace him? The person who wins the most votes, and it can be anybody, becomes the governor of California. That's how it works. That's how Arnold won. So it's kind of a popularity contest at that point. So the first question is really the hinge, is will Gavin Newsom stay or not? And he has a ton of liberal money behind him. So that's fine. I mean, I'm not making a comment on that. I'm only saying Californians, if you don't like the way things are going, if it's bad enough to have a recall, then this is how it's going to go. Caitlyn Jenner, who used to be Bruce Jenner, is running and actually has really good chance of winning. There's a San Diego politician that's running. The guy that ran against Gavin Newsom is running. But someone like Tom Hanks could just throw his hat in the ring and just take it like that. Imagine that if you were Tom Hanks. That's kind of where the Arnold Schwarzenegger celebrity thing came in. But California is in deep trouble. They have a drought that started last year. They have a hideous, one of the worst droughts. And I'm talking about scientifically, if you go into the water table of how deep the drought goes, this is one of the worst in California history. And I've been through tons of California droughts. This one is the worst because it's lowering the water table so deep. No one can water their fields, not no one, but a percentage of farmers, just because of the cost to pull water out of the well ground water, costs so much money to pump, and then you put it out in your field. There's no more aquifers that are dedicated to farming. So California's agriculture, if this drought continues, it's probably done for. So there's the drought. Along with that, the wildfires, for which Gavin Newsom has done little to nothing about scaling back all of the fuel. That's the problem, is all of the overgrowth and old growth trees that are all infested with beetles that have killed them off. Make them ripe for a giant wildfire. We're going into wildfire season, and even that can change things. But a lot of this damage did not have to happen to California. And then you have the rolling blackouts and power shutoffs that always happen every summer when the heat comes up. California just runs normally on rolling blackouts. That's a normal part of their plans. Different states handle uptick in power in different ways. California has rolling blackouts, and you can get into some heat in California that's over 100 degrees, and you can start losing chunks of your population. So there's that. And then finally, there's Newsom's huge, the lockdown requirements and the masks, and he was seen going to dinner at this very top end, one of the most expensive places in all of California to eat, at a Napa Valley winery, and he was not wearing a mask, and they got him on camera. So this whole kind of true for me but not for thee stuff, which is how elites go. Remember, we caught Nancy Pelosi going to a hairdresser without a mask too. They're just like, it's too inconvenient. We all think it's inconvenient. So he has a lot going against him, but he has a lot going for him, and that is the tech oligarchy wants him to stay in office. He's going to get a lot of money trying to help him out because they really don't want a true reformer to get into that office, you know. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted on it. But Gavin Newsom, he could lose his job September 14th. I'll keep you guys posted. Thank you for hanging out with the Doug TenNapel Underground. Tell your friends about this channel. And I'm over at locals.com. Look up DougTenNapel.locals.com if you want my uncensored content.